Our KCRA3 Investigates team obtained an email and data that reveal there were suspicions about the fireworks company Devastated Pyrotechnics back in 2023. Curtis Ming is here now to explain.
Well, the question we're asking, did the state fire marshal have information that could have led to inspections of an Esparto fireworks facility 2 years before July's massive explosion? KCRA3 Investigates has obtained both an email and import data showing at least one communication with CAL FIRE in 2023 calling attention to the company Devastating Pyrotechnics. In June of 2023, a San Jose storage facility went up in flames. It was holding what officials said was tens of thousands of pounds of illegal fireworks. Thousands of pounds of illegal fireworks were also seized, and San Jose police arrested 2 men after that fire. An email obtained by KCRA3 Investigates to the fire marshal's office shows one person flagged that he thought 2 massive fireworks shipments within days of that fire could be related. The email is from Dennis Revel, a consultant and PR person who works with TNT Fireworks, and Revel says there are 2 shipments to a company called Devastating Pyrotechnics in Pinole, California. This company states on its website, Devastating Pyrotechnics, that it is a public display operator. There is a growing problem of enhanced 1.4G product that is coming into the U.S. that is supposed to be for professional use only that some companies in the East are selling to consumers. These enhanced 1.4G products are supposed to only be used in professional shows. Now, Revel also reviews import data from that year and found that Devastating Pyrotechnics imported more than 40,000 pounds of fireworks in the weeks before that San Jose fire, but did not report the imports to the fire marshal. KCRA3 has previously reported that neither Devastating Pyrotechnics nor Black Star Fireworks companies operating out of Esparto declared imports to the fire marshal's office. Now, KCRA reached out to Revel. He says he admires the state fire marshal and does not envy his job investigating the Esparto explosion. In a statement, he says, in June 2023, when investigators with the state fire marshal's office asked for help identifying where the illegal fireworks involved in the San Jose storage unit fire might have come from, I secured the import monitoring information for them. It was the right thing to do. Now, he adds that if my email in 2023 now contributes to a fuller understanding of how illegal fireworks enter and move through California and helps policymakers fortify the system, I'm grateful for that. So we spoke with the state fire marshal today about the information that was reported to the agency in 2023.
The email that we received asserted that based on poor records that were provided to the individual who sent the email was that this company was receiving these products. But it's noted in that email that only licensed operators can receive those. Well, that company was licensed at the time, and so again, there was not a crime that was actually being committed. And the company that was sending the fireworks over, it was not also specified or with any evidence or documentation or true assertion that that company in particular was actually violating any of our state laws. And so again, a lot of innuendos here after the fact, but not actual facts sent to us. Of course, we would have done anything we could do 2 years ago to have prevented the tragedy of an Esparto.
Our investigation into the deadly Esparto fireworks explosion and fire continues on the KCRA3 app. You can see what licenses and permits fireworks companies need.